Engelbert with Orange County Real Estate, and today is August 15th, 2022. We're going to look at the last 7 days for real estate data in Orange County and also in the entire United States. We like to look at data in the United States because we think that that will forecast things to come here in Orange County. So let's look at the first slide, which is all the inventory data. So here in Orange County for residential real estate, we have 4,102 properties for sale. That's down slightly from last week of 4,135. And in the entire country, single family homes for sale is up to 550,175. That's up slightly from last week. Inventory is still rising much slower than we expected in the entire country. Under contract and pending, homes that have accepted an offer here in Orange County, 2,173. That's slightly up from last week of 2,129. Let's go to the next slide. That's our days on market slide. This is going to tell us activity and demand. So in Orange County, the median days on market is 32 days. That's up 1 day from last week of 31. And the average days on market is 43. That's up 1 day from 42. Outliers would be Fountain Valley at 18 days on market, still very strong there, lots of demand in Fountain Valley. And Eastside Costa Mesa has jumped up to 64 days on market. And I think that's because Costa Mesa has luxury homes, valued over $2.5 million. So that the entire luxury market has slowed down quite a bit. Other areas like Shady Canyon, they're at 143 days on market. Balboa Island's up to 98 days on market. Crystal Cove, 174 days on market. So in Orange County, across the board, all the luxury sides have taken longer to sell. The demand has lessened a little bit there. All right, the next slide. For the last 7 days, properties in Orange County that sold, they sold for 1% less than the list price. So this is a new trend. Last week we were at 0.75% less than list price. So if that trend continues, that tells us that there's a little bit less demand and people aren't having to bid over what the list price was. So that's exciting news for buyers. Let's see if that trend continues. We'll keep an eye on that for sure. Immediate sales in Orange County is down 5.5% from 7.3%. So these are homes that have accepted an offer within the first 2 days of being on the market. In the U.S., we hadn't seen much change there. We're at 18.7%, last week 18.3%, so just a slight difference. Price reductions in Orange County are down 12.5% from 14%. Not a huge change there, but in the entire country, we're up and we're continuing to go up. We're at 38.4%, so almost a full point from last week, and that trend's going on for the last 4 weeks. So we're going to continue to keep an eye on that, and 38.4% is, again, very high. We haven't been that high in a long time, so that's going to be interesting to see what happens. Another note on that is that Boise, Idaho, for example, is at 60% of the homes listed for sale have had price reductions. There's a couple other markets that are like that. Austin, Texas, they're at 50%. Salt Lake City, Utah is pretty high. Around the Tampa area of Florida is also pretty high. There's two factors, I think, that why these price reductions happen in those areas. One is they were very investor-heavy markets. For example, people were buying investment properties there. And the investors have definitely pulled back. So that would be one big reason why the days on market have increased there, but all the price reductions have increased in those markets. Also, I feel like builders' new homes kind of took a stall in those areas as well. So we're going to definitely keep an eye on that. I don't think, because those markets were so investor heavy, I don't think that that's going to be a prediction of what's going to happen here in Orange County. Another factor is that so many people from California were moving to those areas and migration patterns have slowed down a little bit. So that's another reason why homes weren't selling as fast in those markets. So again, I don't think that's going to be a sign of what's going to happen here in Orange County, but we'll definitely follow that closely and see what's going on with those areas. All right, that's all the data we got for today. If you guys want to take a look at a specific neighborhood, a city, a zip code, please feel free to reach out and I will get that data for you. If there's any other data points that you think I should highlight, go ahead and reach out and I'll add that to our weekly report. Thank you very much for watching and have a great week. Thank you. Bye.